In this film, we will explore the world of social networking and everything that revolves around it. It's become a huge part for the majority of people everywhere around the world, and we decided to document everything we can on the topic. In our first segment, we went ahead and interviewed a handful of students to find out what they think of social networking.
Do you think everyone at school is associated with social networking? What's your take on someone who doesn't use it?
Well, yeah, I feel like everyone in the school is either connected to something. Um, for me, I feel like I'm connected to most of my friends, and like for people who don't have social networking sites, I think it's okay, but it's not like something I frown upon. If they don't want it, it's cool for me. But like, yeah, everyone in school is either connected to everyone, or they just have at least one site on.
Okay, thank you for your time.
What is the purpose of social networking, and how do you feel about it?
I believe the purpose of social networking is to communicate without having to use the phone or having to, just meeting the person face to face. It's also a way to talk to someone. I think for personal matters as well. It's also a way for people to get informed by what's going on in maybe the general area and what's happening around the world.
Thank you for your time.
If cell phones didn't have internet to connect to social sites, would it have an effect on how we use it?
Well, not really. Because look, the reason why we had the internet was just to watch videos, because of the gigabytes, I believe, right?
Yeah.
First ever phones, I think, were metros that they used internet to download music. Remember those days? And then ringtones. What else? But now since they're advanced, we'll just go back to the way before if we didn't have social media. For example, Facebook, Twitter, Viber, and there's multiple sites out there. Yeah.
Alright.
Is there any more questions else you need to be answered?
So with the current smartphones now having lots of social networking like Twitter, Facebook, Vine, Kick, would people still be addicted to it?
Like we're trying to say, like physical contact, like me and you right now, face to face, or
social interaction.
social interaction,
Where
face to face, right? Not like just FaceTime or Skype.
Yeah.
So I would say it would be better if it's that way, because I grew up in a situation face to face is better than face to camera. This way it would create a bond and then less awkward.
I see.
And then I think you just have to have more bonds through contact instead of just like a material thing. And anything else?
That's it. Thanks.
Alright, no problem.
Describe what got you into social networking.
My first experience with social networking is MySpace. I don't know if you guys are aware of MySpace, but it came out around the time we were in elementary school, or when I was in elementary school. And I made an account when I was 10 years old. And my DARE teacher specifically told us not to make an account because it was illegal. But I made one anyways, because everybody at school had one, and everybody who had one was cool. And that was my first experience.
What got you into it?
What got me into it?
Yeah.
I guess it was just a peer pressure in making one.
Thank you.
So what do you believe the purpose of social networking is, and how do you feel about it?
I feel like the purpose of social networking is to connect all different people from all different walks of life and all different countries to kind of together. I feel like it's a necessary evil in today's society. I think that it's an amazing thing to have, but I think that our generation especially is taking it to a whole nother direction. It's taking it to cyberbullying, but I guess it's a part of human nature. It's just a reflection of human nature that it's gone to that, place, but I think that social media has so much power that it's being used in the wrong way.
So what's your take on someone who isn't familiar with social networking, especially in our age, or isn't even affiliated with it?
If they're at our age, I respect them, to be honest. There's a lot of drama. Like for me, I put it off getting a Twitter for the longest period, the longest time. I got one a couple months ago, and now I'm like a part of so much drama. I see so much stuff, and there's so much stuff going on all the time, and it almost makes me. I want to say that it changes your perception of people. You're not as open to people.
Have you witnessed any cyberbullying on any social networking websites?
Yeah, we have AC's confession night, bro. People get called out, and that's always interesting. But I think the reason that cyberbullying is such a big thing is that people don't take it seriously. Unless you're involved in it, you think it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm guilty as well of seeing that confession night and laughing at this person gets called this, or this person's secrets are out, or this person's pictures got leaked. I mean, and we all laugh about it, and it's just human nature, I guess. But at the same time, I think cyberbullying is such a big deal because we don't take it seriously enough.
All right, in your opinion, top 3 social networking sites?
I mean, that's kind of an easy one. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, and although I'm gonna put Facebook on there, even though Facebook's on the downswing, it's still popular with the older people. I saw Miss D over there. I love you, Miss D.
The
But
last
yeah.
person we interviewed was Miss Slate, our school librarian. We were interested in her opinion and thoughts regarding social networking and how she viewed it as an adult.
Hi, I'd like to interview about social networking.
Okay.
So, the first question I'd like to ask you is, do you know any happy couples that met online
Oh, gee.
through social networking?
Happy couples. Yeah, actually, I do. I had a couple of friends, one of which ended up in a long-term relationship through Match.com,
Oh,
and then they got married a couple of years ago. And I have another friend who is recently engaged from meeting somebody online.
online again.
But then I also know that there's times that it doesn't always turn out.
Oh, okay. So, out of your experience, do you think it works out more than fails?
I would say that from what I can tell, what I've heard, or the experiences that I know of, I would say probably the larger portion is in favor that it has worked rather than not worked. But I don't know, that's limited experience.
Okay, so on to the next question. In your opinion, do you believe that adults use social networking as much as teenagers
No.
now? Okay.
No. I just look at my own household.
Okay.
I have a 20-year-old son and an 18-year-old daughter who went here, by the way. And the amount of time that she spends on social networking is phenomenal compared to what I possibly have the chance to do. And I think it has a lot to do with time.
Oh, okay.
You know, as an adult who has family and children
And
and
work.
responsibilities, we have a lot less time, I think, to kind of get ourselves engrossed in social networking or social media.
All right. So, any last thoughts on social networking?
Well, it's been interesting to kind of watch the growth. I think in many ways it's phenomenal as far as thinking back to when I was your age,
Yeah.
what we could have done with it if we had had it. But then again, there's some detriment to it as well, because you're so engrossed and so into it, morning, noon, and night. We don't see a whole lot of kids out, playing or being active or sports or, whatever. But then
Everyone's into
again,
it.
some people say that at least by being in social media or being on the web or whatever, they're staying out of trouble. So I think there's, conversation, positive and negative,
Yeah.
with it. But as far as the advancement in technology with it, it does give, I think, people like with, say, Match.com or getting to know. I would much rather my daughter maybe very carefully looking at maybe going through social media to date, where she can take her time and find out about somebody rather than going to a bar.
That's true.
That type of thing. But you do have to be very smart and very careful.
Okay. So is that it?
That's it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm going to talk about the science of addiction and how it's related to social networking. Although it's a psychological addiction, it can have the same effect as a substance addiction. 5 out of 10 users cannot control how long they stay on social networking sites such as Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Phantom vibration syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where you think your phone vibrates, but it doesn't. And sometimes you'll hear like the ding of an iPhone, even though it wasn't really there. And going on social networks releases a feel-good chemical in your brain called dopamine, which which is the same chemicals that cause addictions. So, yeah.
Cyberbullying exists in many social networking sites. Cyberbullying affects many adolescents and teens on a daily basis. Cyberbullying involves using technology like cell phones and the internet to bully or harass another person. Cyberbullying can take many forms: sending a mean message or threat to another person's email or cell phone, spreading rumors online or through text, posting hurtful or threatening messages on social networking sites or web pages, stealing a person's account information to break into their account and send damaging messages, pretending to be someone else online to hurt another person, taking unflattering pictures of a person and spreading them through cell phones or the internet, sexting or circulating sexually suggestive pictures or messages about a person.
A study developed by CESA, Columbia teenagers aged 12 to 17 spend time on social media site in a typical day, which amounts to 17 million teenage users. Those that interact via social media on a daily basis are 5 times likelier to use tobacco, 3 times likelier to use alcohol, and twice as likely to use marijuana. 40% of these teens surveyed admit to having seen pictures of people under the influence and are 4 times likelier to use marijuana than those who haven't scrolled through these images. Studies show that partners that meet online are likelier to like each other more, opposed to meeting each other for the first time.
In this modern day and age, everyone relies on technology. This includes the use of smartphones to connect to social networking. This makes smartphones one of the most important things for everyone's daily lives. With this in mind, everyone can access Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the social networking sites with ease. However, many people are developing addiction to phones as a result of social networking.
Stuck under his car. And like, who knows how long he was driving. I saw him pull out of the parking lot and turn right, and the box is still stuck under his car. So who knows how long he was driving with that box under his car. I bet he got home, he pulled into his driveway.
Out in the sky. I'm not. Wow. And like, if you, it's not.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real.
I see the lineup for cars. Getting wasted. The Empire State Building is like really close to it, so it's a good.